Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for joining our Wednesday night Zoom webinar. I'm really excited because I have some awesome friends on tonight's call. The Nelsons, Ashley and Derek, they are a riot. They got lots of children. Derek is a police officer. He is an MMA fighter. Is that right? Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Ashley is gorgeous. She's a mama, and she's a superwoman. So I'm going to let them just kind of tell you a little bit about their skepticism, where they've come from as a couple in this business, and where they're at now. Kind of just walk us through what that looked like. I know Derek joined first, right, before Ashley did. So explain how that happened.
I wasn't approached with it.
I just took lead. I was approached with Plexus a couple of years ago. Actually, I would probably have to go back further than that, where an individual approached me with it several years ago, and I looked at them like they were crazy and said, there's no way that this is anything that I'm going to put in my body. I put in good stuff in my body. You know, I work out and I train and I lift weights. There's no way I'm doing this. And 2 years rolled by, not thinking nothing about it. And this guy named James Phillips, he was a friend of mine on Facebook. We'd worked together a couple times whenever I was on shift. And he started posting about Plexus. And I was like, what is this guy doing? And, you know, he was a Marine, Highway Patrol. I respected that. So I started looking into it, started reading his post. He kept on getting me with how he was making payments on his bills and how he was able to retire from Highway Patrol and just do Plexus with 5 kids. And that was really intriguing. And I think his wife is on tonight too, so we got to give her a shout out to her. But I said, dude, James, let me meet with you, and let's talk about it. So we talked about it, and I can remember, you know, drinking about 8 cups of coffee that morning. I couldn't get awake, and it was just a trigger point on I was exhausted, and I wanted something different. And he was telling me, dude, it's helped me sleep, it's helped me with my energy, it's helped me with my focus. And it's paying bills. It's working. Its products are working, and it's paying bills. And so I brought it home to my wife, and she was like, "Yeah, I guess I need to go back." That we found out we were having twins, and that's why I was looking for something. We were broke as you can get. You know, hitting that red line and going over every single month, living paycheck to paycheck, and owing people this and owing people that. And we were desperate. And I said, guys, I'm tired of working 2 to 3 jobs, and I want something that I can be proud of. And I was already in the personal training industry, and I was doing that. And so I was looking for something that I had a passion for, and health and fitness and wellness was something I had a passion for. So I brought it home to Ashley, and she was like, you know, whatever. I support you. Whatever you want to do it. I don't want nothing to do with it, but it's your thing. This will be your thing, and go with it. So I joined in February of last year, and you know, the first 3 weeks I was like, nobody's really listening to me. You know, nothing's really happening. I even talked to James and then his upline, Melissa, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it was like, I don't know, James described it. He said, man, it's like putting cotton balls in a pole. You start putting those cotton balls in, it takes forever to fill up. But once it gets to the end, they start popping out. And that's what happened. The business just started exploding out of nowhere. And the first month, I made an incredible check that first month, and the next month it doubled. And then 8 months later, I was able to have enough money coming in every month to where Ashley could quit her job and stay home with the babies. And, you know, here we are today. She's still at home, and that's my story. That's where I was on that. I don't know where she come in. I'll let her tell her part. But that's where I was. And
Ashley? Well, I came in involuntarily.
Yes, that's what I was waiting for you to say.
I was at work one day and got an email that said, welcome to Plexus as an ambassador. And I texted Derek and I said, oh, I didn't know I was selling Plexus now. And he said, yeah, girl. Congrats. So I was kind of like Scott was with you, rolling my eyes behind his back, just, you know, well, sweetie, you just do your little thing, that's fine. And then I started noticing the paychecks coming in, and like you said, we were having twins, and I mean, quite honestly, I cried for 2 months because I knew my paycheck was not going to cover daycare for 3 kids. I mean, I'm sure you've seen most of you mothers have seen, daycare is expensive. It was going to cost us about $1,200. And there was no way we could do that and still maintain breathing. So, once I started seeing his paychecks come in, I kind of started to believe in it a little bit. But really it was the testimonies. The testimonies really got me, because I told him I've never seen a product where people were actually what is the word? Text?
Yeah, they were texting.
Texting him.
Yeah, it was.
And I don't have a brain today, sorry. But people texting him about their lives being changed. And I don't know, it was just really. So anyway, I joined involuntarily, and then I started taking the product when I was 6 months pregnant, I was at least in my second trimester and could barely stay awake. And definitely when I came home from work, I could not be a mom to Asher. So I decided to try the products, and so I took them pretty much throughout half my pregnancy. And I'm just now really starting to get my feet wet in the business aspect, because I'm a slow grower.
So can y'all share or shed some light? Remember when you announced that you had some really big news? Do y'all remember when y'all did that on Facebook? Can you kind of share about that real quick?
Yeah.
The 3-part video.
Yeah.
Where,
That's that one.
Yeah. He was kind of genius in that aspect, because I was like, who cares? You're going to have people, because he would start one video and say, but tune in, we've got news. And I was thinking, nobody cares. And this video has gotten how many views?
50-something thousand.
I mean,
it's nothing like Emily Roberts' videos, but it's up there close,
Yeah. For some reason, people cared that. I mean, I don't know though, but ever since we got married and I had Asher, I know you were the same way with Sterling. You did not want to give him up and go back to work. And I had to send Asher to daycare from the time he was 4 or 5 weeks. It was pretty soon, because I was still in college, and had to get back to class. So this announcement was huge for us. It was huge for our family, and it was huge for my dreams, pretty much. I never thought that I'd be sitting at home going crazy with 3 kids all day.
It's a blessing and a curse.
It is, yeah, definitely.
It drives her crazy, but she loves it.
Yeah. Scotty and I just had that conversation today. I had a little good cry it out in the car, and I was like, Sterling is the meanest 2-year-old I've ever met. He's a bully. And he's like, but you love him. I'm like, I know, I do. And I wouldn't want him to be a bully to anybody else, right? I wouldn't want him to give a daycare lady the run for her money. I do love that he's in preschool and he's learning, but at the same time, it drives me crazy. I miss him so much. So it is. I was so happy for you guys. And I remember Scotty and he was like, what do you think it is? And like, we kind of talked back and forth. I'm like, one of them doesn't have to work. I just know it. Like, it has to be that. Like, we would kind of talk back and forth. So super happy for you guys. Derek, where are you at? What is your rank now with Plexus?
I'm a Ruby. I've been Ruby for a while. It's if anybody ever says, hey, this is an easy way, it's not easy. It's just better. But I love where we're at. We're growing every day. I love my team. I love the environment. I love the family. I love Plexus. It's just it's really transformed who I am and transformed who we are. And like she said, it's given us something that we've never thought we would ever have. I worked as a police officer, and I worked a second job, and I'd work a third job, and she'd work her job, and that would make ends meet. And now I work and she doesn't, and we do Plexus together, and we're making it, and it's just time is freedom to us. We're not paying for time now, it's just, and it's huge. It's something we never saw coming, and here it is, a year and a half into Plexus, and things are looking up.
That's a really great way to look at it. Your time is you're not paying a price for that. I really like that. It's so true. I mean, we spend so much time. What movie is that? There's a movie, I think Justin Timberlake's in it, and they have time. And if they want something, they give up time for it. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's kind of how we are in corporate America, or when you are a slave for the man, or your JOB, whatever it is, you lose so much time. I think there's statistics that say you spend 19 hours at stoplights in your lifetime. Like, that's crazy to me. And imagine people that work full time and they don't know and they don't experience network marketing. So that just blows my mind. I am so happy for both of you. I know, Ashley, this is like so out of your comfort zone, and I'm really proud of you for getting on and sharing this, because you're going to inspire so many other moms that they think that they're just a mom, and you're not. You're not just a mom. You're going to inspire, and you're going to change lives, and you get to do it with your hunky husband right next to you, just like I get to do it with mine. Like, it is so much fun. And our story is kind of backwards. It's a little bit opposite of you guys. Scott Roberts, turn your lights on. Spot and lighten you real quick. Look at them. They're like sitting back. They're like, oh, thank God. Scotty, tell everyone a little bit about your thoughts when I emailed you during that deployment and I told you I joined, and what happened over the next 6 months.
So I think originally it was before, it was like 2 months into deployment, I'd say close to July 2014. And she kept on sending me emails about this crazy Plexus stuff. I thought she was crazy. I thought it was another one of those network marketing things. I just finished all my certs, be a personal trainer, certified nutrition, all that. So I knew everything. But she eventually saved up enough money, because I was deployed. We were trying to save money. I didn't want to have anything to do with Plexus. Don't do it. She knew I would have been mad at her. And then she saved up enough money babysitting and doing stuff to where she had enough money to buy the product, sign up. And in July 2014, she ended up joining. I think the next month she ended up giving in and telling me that she joined. And I still sit there. I rolled my eyes. I'm like, whatever. It's one of those network marketing things.
Hold on. Let me interrupt you real quick, babe. Real quick. If I can find it, I'm going to take a screenshot of the email response I got back from my husband.
It was nice. It was nice.
Well, the first one was like, really? ... And then the second one was like, it was a blog about Plexus and how it was going to kill me. And you were like, look at the reviews on this. This is dangerous.
I love those.
And I was like, but you take pre-workout. What's the difference? I was like, not letting it go. Okay, I just had to throw that out there.
So it took about 7 months. I think February 2015 finally came around, and we already knew in March that she was going to have the points to go Emeralds, get her first car, but I still didn't believe it. But you know what? I was like, you know what? I might as well just swallow my pride a little bit, and I actually joined the month before she went Emerald. We actually got the car that month too, because we knew she was going to have Emerald, but I still didn't believe it until that car was actually sitting in the driveway in March, into February. And then she went Emerald, and about a year later, this past February, I reached Ruby. And what changed my perspective on what she was doing is I finally realized the lives that she was changing financially and health-wise. Even out of all of her haters, including me, she never gave up. She was consistent. She kept going. She never stopped. And then I saw the passion that she had for the company. So I started sneaking some products.
His truck floors had Plexus Slim packets all over them. He would like jack my products and take them in secret. Because we shared the car. I never had the car. You always had it. And we'd go somewhere as a family go to the zoo. And I'd get in the car and be like, is that Plexus? I had a couple.
So I'm guilty. I started sneaking it, but then I started realizing I didn't have the urge for those Excients. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I didn't have urge for those. Like, I tried to drink an Excients and I didn't like it anymore. I'm like, man, this stuff actually might work. So I started researching the products a little bit more. So I cut out pre-workout. I cut out, energy drinks. Wasn't drinking as much coffee as I was. I was like, okay, maybe this stuff actually works. And then I started to share with friends and so on and so forth. And that's where, the business grows. The business grew a lot more once I started supporting her. So I had nothing holding her back. I had nothing causing her to not share with my friends and her friends. So
can you shed some light on how skeptical you were? Like,
we fought a lot. We fought a lot about it because me, like being a Marine, I'm like, you don't need that junk. This is junk. That's all it is. But I'm taking pre-workout and all the different supplements. But I didn't want to have anything to do with it because she's done network marketing before. I've seen the outcome of other companies. So I was like, it's just another one, just another waste of money we don't have because, you know, like a lot of people, we're living paycheck to paycheck. But now I'm not mad at her for joining and staying consistent with it and sticking with it because, you know, now I have the opportunity to get out of the Marine Corps. We have the opportunity to build a home where we want to build it. So
y'all, this isn't just a home. Like, I'm going to brag on this real quick. My husband has worked with developers and interior designers, and those are words I never thought would leave my mouth. You know, we have lived in apartments our whole entire marriage. When we first got married, we lived in a 500 square foot room. Our couch was our bed. We didn't even have a stove or an oven. That's just where we lived. And we were okay with that because we had each other, right? Like, you're in the honeymoon phase and you're like, I don't care. This is where we get to live. That was us. We didn't care. But looking back, that's all we could afford. You know, that was real life. And here we are now, 7 years into marriage, in our 20s, and we get to build our dream home, our forever home that we're going to raise our babies in. They're going to graduate from high school that's right down the road. Like, this is so much more than just, you know, a beautiful home that you can post pictures of. This is something that most people that retire from their companies start doing, and we're doing it now. So I share that with y'all to inspire you and to show you how much his belief in me really meant, because that was the one thing holding me back. Spousal support, your significant other's support, it's a huge freaking deal. And he was being really naive when he said he was kind of mean. This guy turned my cell phone data off. This man made me sleep in another room. This man refused to let me get my nails done or something silly because he'd be like, we'll use your Plexus paycheck. Like, he would, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of you with really skeptical spouses, y'all have people that make jabs at you all the time. Well, this was my own husband. So when you think that everyone is against you, all these obstacles are against you and in the way, that should fuel your fire even more. That should be the one person that you do this so that you can hear the words, I'm so proud of you. I will, of course, my husband loves me, right? But he never once said, oh, I'm proud of you for going gold, like, great job. Like, he didn't understand that. But the day that I went emerald, I will never forget. It was March 25th, 2015, 8:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was laying on my couch. He was asleep. Sterling was asleep. And my points updated. I had 1,508 points. If you're a new ambassador, you need a 1,500 to go emerald. And the fact that my husband joined before that even happened, because he believed, you know, she is going to go emerald. She is doing this thing, whatever this Plexus thing is. Because he believed in me enough, and he finally said those words. 5 words. I think they meant a little bit more than I love you at this point. I'm so proud of you. That means so much. So I'm talking my biggest skeptic. This guy would post Facebook statuses making fun of me, and he doesn't even get on Facebook, right? And now he's on my team. Now he's on Zoom calls with me. So if you have that person in your life that you just could never picture on your team because they're hateful, well, let me tell you, 3 months before I joined Plexus, I was that friend. I was the mean girl. I posted the mean statuses that you people are so annoying with your network marketing, like, leave me alone, I'm going to go to GNC. I didn't see the bigger picture. I didn't see that I was supporting moms staying home with their babies. I didn't see that I was helping women and men feel better for the first time in 20, 40, 50 years, however old they were. So when you have those skeptics, instead of letting them rain on your parade, and instead of posting on Facebook for your haters, you post for your believers. You post for the people that do get it. They do clap when you win. They do support Plexus. You post for those people because they're going to be the ones that go into Plexus with you and go to the top with you because they believe in you and they trust you. Those haters, those opinions, those will never, ever pay your bills. Ever. Scotty and I laugh and joke like, okay, I'm going to walk into AT&T with our bill and I'm going to use a Facebook comment that's making fun of Plexus and see if they'll let me pay for it. Let's just see. Let's see what they say. Hey, this guy Jake, he thinks that Plexus is a joke. I want to pay this $63 bill with those words. Can I do that? AT&T people they're probably gonna call security. They're gonna be like, oh my God, this guy's on meth. Like, get him out of my store. And then they're gonna say, no, you cannot pay your bill with that guy's opinion. And it's gonna click, and you're gonna go, oh, opinions really don't pay my bills. They really don't put diapers on my baby's butts. It's so important that you understand that from the beginning, and you keep going. I think leaving Plexus on the counter for 8 months, finally, Scotty was like, okay, maybe I should just drink it. She has it out here. And he did. He drank the Kool-Aid. It was in his car. I have proof. So I encourage you, if you are involuntarily put on someone's team, a family member that just really believes in you, if you are the skeptical spouse that you can't stand it, you turn cell phone data off, you tell them to get out of your bedroom if they say the P word one more time.
No. Mike.
That's Sterling.
Mike.
It's so much more than that. Okay. Can you? We have a special guest. She's 2. That's why we do this, right? That's why we train. That's why we share our stories for moments like this. He's learning to share, so he's teaching his trucks to share with each other. That's why I do what I do, so that I can lead a call and sit right here next to my 2-year-old as he stuffs yogurt pretzels in his face and plays with his toys. I don't know why you do this Plexus thing. That's why I'm doing this. Just like Ashley said, when I had Sterling, I lost my freaking mind. I had baby blues like no other. My husband was deployed, and he was like, do I need to come home? Like, are you going to be okay? I said, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I kept telling myself, but I needed purpose. You know, I had obstacles all around me. You know, I was the chubby friend. It didn't matter how much I worked out. Didn't know how many Diet Cokes I was drinking. I just couldn't lose weight, and I couldn't figure it out. Well, believe it or not, Plexus was my answer, whether or not Scott wanted to hear it. Maybe Ashley didn't feel that way when Derek joined. But someone out there needs you to not listen to skeptics in your life. Someone out there needs you to believe in yourself just as much as you believed in Santa Claus when you were little. That's how much they need you to believe in yourself, that you can do this thing, so that you can be the mom that gets to stay home with their babies. You can be the college student that pays your student loans in cash. You can be the husband that retires from his corporate job, his Marine Corps job, because you said yes to a financial opportunity that changed everything for you. Hey, dude, you're being really loud. So, come here. I need you to say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Do you love Plexus?
Hi, Daddy.
You see your dad?
Yeah.
Moments like this.
Hi, Daddy.
I wouldn't be able to do this if this was a conference call with Beijing and I was selling stocks, you know?
Hi, Daddy.
This is why we Plexus.